Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross is real, no frotting round here. Like and subscribe, hit the notification. Uncle Ross is real, no frotting round here. Stay connected and hit the notification. Uncle Ross is in this Liverpool t-shirt, ready for questions and your opinions. Just another stream. Uncle Ross is in this Liverpool t-shirt, ready for questions and your opinions. Just another stream. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment.
Yeah, big up, bless up, and one love, man. In the building, What's happening? Yeah, so look, listen, we're gonna have a discussion tonight about the Roundtable reaction. We are going to have a discussion, so buckle in, man, buckle in. Like, I've got the video to show you and stuff. So yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe button, and also hit the notification button to be notified when I go live. Copfather, how are you, sir?
I'm all right, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, I can't complain. Not too shabby.
I heard very good things about this roundtable, so this is going to be very interesting.
It is very interesting.
I'm glad I'm wearing black because I'm mourning Liverpool.
There's some oral sex going on as well there as well. All right. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into this video.
Okay.
It's like long overdue, man. Right, let's see what we got here. All right, bear with me, guys.
Big up,
man. Ants in the building there. Uncle Ross TV.
That is so cool.
I know, yeah.
Why that popping in the background?
I know, I saw you, man.
I can't help it, man. When that tune kicks in every time, and the beat kicks in, you're like,
This is from read that one out first, mate.
Worst video I've ever seen. They were literally sucking each other off at the table. Get them the F out. And that's by Ball McCrabben. 3638. And that's in the building.
Yeah, man. Right. Hold on. What's that saying? Read that one up.
Lads, get ready for a pally mates conversation. Oh, God, no.
All right.
A little bit. I always want to have the ball. I want it to be intense. I want the fans to like what they see.
Hannah, thank you.
I'm going to play 6 minutes of it, and then we'll talk in 6 minutes again, and so on. Okay.
Mr. Cubbing, have a seat.
Yes.
Welcome along to the round table. It's nice to get you three together, taking it in.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big one today. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
We're going to try to work on what Jurgen left behind. But of course, I bring my own things to the table as well.
What's his face?
It's a club that's for the people. You only have to look at the history of the club to understand how special it is.
I I will do everything within my interest and power to lead the team in the best possible way.
Yes! Yes! Get it! Liverpool in trouble here! Game points clear we go! This is ridiculous football! Liverpool showing such strength and resolve. Absolutely wild! Liverpool keep on winning! And they've done it! And now you've got to believe them!
If you work at a club like Liverpool, you always have to aim for winning something. And the biggest trophy is the Premier League. The best players, athletes in the world play in this league. With all the players we brought in this summer, they had to adapt to that intensity. And I see all of them making progress.
Some lovely moments there. I'm going to start with you because it was your voice there that we heard. I want to take you back to when you first got the job. What was the biggest main attraction for you to come to Liverpool Football Club?
A lot. The first time we sat together, we were also sitting in a round table, because in my house there's a round table as well, which is also wide.
Nice.
No, why are you joining a club like Liverpool? I think there are a lot of reasons for that. Their history, first of all. Second of all, the chance to win something, because this is what Liverpool has always done. And then the people you work with, so you have to get an idea who you start to work with, because no matter how nice the club is or if you can win any trophy, if you don't feel a good connection with the people you work with, I think it's really hard to join that club. Not the least important, of course, the quality of the team I inherited from Jurgen, which I thought was good enough to compete. And that's what we did last season. And in the end, even won something really special.
What's it like? Because it's quite a seismic change, isn't it, to change your manager. So what's that like for you, Billy, when your manager changes?
I think, probably maybe more so than really any other sport. I think the impact of the manager in football is so significant. I think in our case, obviously the Jurgen leaving and then in a sense creating almost an entirely new football operations department and coaching staff coming in is almost a bigger change. Sometimes it's just the manager that goes, sometimes it's the manager and his staff. In this case, it was almost a wholesale change on the football side. It allowed, Richard, when he joined, to then have an opportunity with the team to go out and find the best person. We had a level of sustainability and longevity in Jurgen's tenure, and he inherited a great squad, but he came in and was himself. He wasn't trying to be, whoever the people were that he was following. And I think that was, one of the things that I first was impressed by him, is his level of excitement coming to the squad and the squad that he was inheriting, but also his willingness to take on what are big shoes to fill and then to carry on in his own way. The other piece that, isn't necessarily talked a lot about, but in this case, given the fact that our partner Standard Chartered is how the football side and the business side and how the commercial side and how they work together. And I think, one of the great credits to the two gentlemen to my right is that there's a great relationship across the senior level of the club and a real understanding of what the important things are that are helping us all move forward as a club. So it was certainly an impact, but I think managed in an incredibly seamless transition.
Would you tell me about that relationship? Because arguably before, where we sort of summer of 2024, you guys hadn't sat round a table, had you?
No.
Never even met, maybe. So how's that relationship developed? How does it work?
Well, it developed hugely. I knew Billy, and I'd sort of sat around a form of table in a boardroom here or there, hadn't we, before. I personally knew a lot about Arne's football from long before we actually met, which clearly helped with the first encounter at your place. So
He signed a few players from Feyenoord from my former club. So
Okay.
that's why
You'd had a connection.
there was a connection there.
Yeah.
I mean, without Arne knowing it. So in my sort of previous role at Bournemouth, the scouting department found themselves drawn to Feyenoord players a lot. And it got to about the fourth player that got put in front of me when I said, this is probably more to do with someone coaching the players rather than the players themselves, with the greatest respect to them. And we ended up signing one of them, Marco Senesi, and later on, Luis Sinisterra, who went to Leeds. So I knew a lot about Arne's team, but from studying the individuals within it. And then when clearly this role came up, independently of that, there was a lot of work that was done from a data perspective, information compiling from lots of people. So I had a huge dossier armed with to sort of learn more about Arne before I met him, and that was, but straight away everything that I read about him, everything that that I thought I saw from his teams was apparent and obvious in a first encounter. But it was synergy right from the first minute.
We got to a game, and it was against Tottenham, wasn't it, that you actually won the league. I mean, when did it sink in what you'd achieved in such a short space of
Okay.
Thoughts?
First thing I didn't like straight away is they're going on about the fact that Jurgen leaving and then they're creating a new project after Jurgen left. They decided to go in a different direction after Jurgen left, is what I'm gathering there, which wasn't a very good idea, considering that guy created a winning mentality into that squad. That squad was willing to run through walls for Jurgen Klopp. So straight away, when he said about when Jurgen left, they decided to basically just go in a new direction. That's not something we needed them to do. You should have just carried on with the same direction that Jurgen had left you, and you would have been fine. The fact that you decided to try and go in a whole new direction is why we're in this mess in the first place.
Exactly.
Also, Billy Hogan mentioned all about Standard Charter and commercial revenue and the business side. So that straight away tells me everything I need to know about where his fucking priorities are. Is trying to create money for his own fucking pockets. So he's pissed me off straight away by just mentioning commercial revenue about Standard Charter and all the rest of it and the business side of that, because I'm not fucking interested in that, mate. That's your department, not our department. Fuck. You do your job and leave us fans to do ours, right? And then we got that James Bond doppelganger. Looks like bloody Pierce Brosnan, doesn't he? Richard Hughes like Pierce Brosnan. James Bond going on here. And then he's mentioning that he signed players from Feyenoord. Not for Liverpool, mate. You might have signed them for Fulham, but you ain't signed any of them for Liverpool.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, you might sign a couple for Bournemouth, but he ain't signed none of them for Liverpool. So, yeah. You might have known each other back then, but you to think that Arne Slot was anything like Jurgen, complete mistake. He's absolutely nothing like him. His philosophy is trying to keep the ball as much as possible, which has never been the way Liverpool play. Liverpool have always been better as a sort of counter-attacking team. That's how we've always been. We had the likes of Owen, we had the likes of Fowler, we had Torres, but all these were on counter-attacks. When Mane, Firmino and Salah were all in their pump, it was because we were counter-attacking teams from corners. What do you get?
Let's say some more. I might end it all if Slot here next season.
Nah, man, we don't end it all over football, mate. No,
I think he's talking about supporting them. I think
that's all right then. Just yeah.
Because it can never get that bad.
Nah, it's football, man.
Rod's cop forward, you look bored. What do you expect?
Got to take notes. Things to speak about. Got to take notes of this boring man.
Yeah. I really dislike the club at the moment. Same way.
We do, man. We do. We're not best pleased about this.
Makes sense pulling it out over 50-50s. Exactly.
I don't like that.
All right, it says some more. This too. So.
Sometimes I wonder if it's already sinked in yet.
Yeah.
And that was, but straight away, everything that
Sometimes I wonder if it's already sinked in.
that I thought I saw from his teams was apparent and obvious in a first encounter. But it was synergy right from the first minute.
We got to a game, and it was against Tottenham, wasn't it, that you actually won the league. I mean, when did it sink in what you'd achieved in such a short space of a time?
Sometimes I wonder if it's already sinked in yet.
Yeah.
Because our lives are so fast I think the most beautiful part of that day was driving in with the bus. That was even then, I and everyone knew who was sitting in that bus, we're 100% going to win this game. The energy from the fans just poured into the bus, and I think you could feel that also during the game. That was one of the best memories I have, driving in with the bus. So impressive.
Yeah.
That was so impressive. It's not only ownership is there, family comes over, friends come over, they all come for a party.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, I know, the players knew, okay, but we still have to perform and we have to achieve what everybody's expecting. I experienced the same at Feyenoord, where everybody expected us to win the league on a certain day as well. And the last thing you should tell me is you've already won it, or things are already done, or I believe in the fact that don't talk about it as long as it doesn't happen. And then some people in your surroundings do understand that. And when they want to talk about things, what do we wear, all these kind of things, if there is a party afterwards, don't include me in that conversation. Because you do feel the responsibility that things still need to happen.
Obviously, what happened next didn't give you any time to celebrate because the club was rocked by the death of Diogo Jota, which was just appalling and tragic. In terms of what happened then, I just wanted to talk about what was the support network, firstly and foremost, and most importantly, for Diogo Jota's family and how that worked for you.
No, I think the fans and everyone around the club showed how special of a club this is when we won the league. But I can see other clubs being special when they win something as well. But when a tragedy like that happens...
I just interrupt this quick, yeah, right? This is why I know it's a PR stunt, right? Because she knows what they done for Diogo Jota's family. She knows. Yeah. It's public record. It's common knowledge in the day. You know what I mean? You just want him to say it again. So it makes them, makes sort of like, makes him look good. This is all pre-prepared. I'm telling you. Yeah. And that girl, that woman there, she's from Sky. No. What's it? Cop father as punishment, make your little ones watch. Corporal punishment, you know.
Are they sure?
There's no love feeling at the club, just straight business. This is not the Liverpool way. You said that, didn't you? You said that, didn't it?
Billy Hogan straight away there mentioned commercial revenue. As soon as you mentioned commercial revenue, I'm like, well, I can see where your bloody priorities are, mate. Trying to make as much money as they can from this club, trying to turn us into whatever we're worth now. I think we're worth like 3.1 billion or something like that, aren't we? We're just going to get higher.
We're trying to turn it into a cash cow, right there. This cause of effect, big up cause of effect.
Okay.
Cause of effect is not he's not. We met up. Put this way, I met him accidentally in Liverpool. When they had obviously they prayed for the league, winning league, and then when I come back to the train station, you recognise him when we was talking. He's funny. He's so funny. This buttery needs to leave kiss my teeth. Stop it. Big up cause of effect, man. Love and respect to you, man. Love and respect to you. Cause of effect is not nice. And they had this ready for soon as the transfer window shut. Of course, Scott, just wear the same clothes every day, you know.
Sounds like Noddy.
He does, doesn't he? Copfather, you only use yet of the Brighton game being on Valentine's Day.
No.
Oh, two misses, yeah.
Not going to.
Easy, Parker. Mr. Bond. Read that one out for me, please. I beg you to.
Right, Parker says, Mr. Bond is Hughes, Mini-Me Slot, and Scrooge McDuck is Hogan. He's right, isn't he? Man like Mr. Bond, doppelganger, and then Mini-Me. Not the evil in the middle there.
I'm done. I'm done. I really am done. It's ridiculous.
I think you can truly experience what kind of club you're working, what kind of people you're working with. And I think at that moment of time, our fans, but our players and everyone around the club, including ownership, has shown himself from his best possible side. So it was incredible, the support there was out in the open with the amount of flowers that were laid down and all these kind of things, but also the support from everyone towards Jot's family. But it said a lot about this special club as well.
Yeah, it does. But how do you deal with it on a sort of daily basis? Because obviously grief doesn't just happen, you know, it's not regimented. It happens all the time at different stages for different players, for different members of staff. How do you deal with that going forward every day?
For us, it was really hard, but for his wife, children, and his parents, it's you can't imagine how hard it must have been for them, because every single moment of the day, they feel it. And I've done a lot of meetings in my life, but the most difficult one was the one after we came back together, after the funeral. You know, we came back to Liverpool and we had to do our first training session with all the new players coming in. And I had to stand in front of the group and say something about, yeah, we are going to train again, how we're going to handle this situation. And to find the right words in a meeting like that is much more complicated than trying to prepare them for a game of football. But again, I wasn't on my own. I got a lot of help from Richard, from Billy, from all other people inside the club, my staff members, to hopefully find the right words. But if you're in the dressing room last night, you still see one place that's empty, where he should have been.
It's lovely words there from you, and I'm sure that his wife and his children take a lot of solace from what the club really did for her in that time.
I am proud and humbled. We have a lot of work to do. Can't tell you how happy I am finally got to this point. Our actions will speak for us. We're here to win.
The captain of Liverpool Football Club has his hands on the Carling Cup.
It's a special club and perfect next step for me to be now here and try to help. I feel really proud.
Just off the crown, Liverpool Football Club are once again the kings of European football. Premier League champions once again. Liverpool have the FA Cup. And the ribbons are red. It is Liverpool's cup.
Clubs like Feyenoord and Liverpool, from what I saw, it just means a bit more for the fans. Then I will do everything within my interest and power to lead the team in the best possible way.
Liverpool are the champions for their people, with their people, and for the 20th time.
We're here to win, he said. That's exactly what he did. What was it like when you first met John Henry? What was the experience like? Can you remember it?
It's a long time ago, 2004. I've worked for FSG since then. So they were in the midst of trying to end an 86-year curse, the curse of the Bambino with the Red Sox. And actually that year they ended up winning the World Series. So bringing to an end a long drought in Boston. So I was privileged enough early on to get that taste of winning. One of the things that has been maybe a staple of FSG's has been, the vision, but also, strategic thinking, and ultimately is sort of the guy responsible for the business side here at the club to run it as sustainably as possible. And I think one of the things that John and Tom Werner, our chairman, Mike Gordon, our president, have always been put a massive amount of emphasis on is ultimately we're here to win, but we're here to try and do it sustainably and responsibly. Yeah,
talk us about when you arrived, because it wasn't in the best financial position, was it at all?
No.
So what was your kind of first
I think
objective?
it was weeks from administration, actually.
Wow.
In fact, I don't think that. I know that. But yeah, I think ultimately what happens on the pitch kind of drives everything. So football is always going to be the critical element of that. And there was obviously a significant amount of turnover that was needed Kenny came in to help kind of right the ship to some degree, and we won a trophy, which was terrific early on. But really rebuilding that squad on the football side was always sort of priority number one. I mentioned the infrastructure. When we came for one of our due diligence trips, we were given a tour of Anfield, and the real mindset around the infrastructure and the investment around Anfield was, can we find a way to modernize the building and create a better fan experience, and stay in both the literal and spiritual home of the football club. So we were able to do that, and that's something we're incredibly proud of. And then the last sort of leg of the stool, if you will, was sort of the commercial side, and could we really grow the commercial profile of the club to help, coming back to that sustainable point to then help invest back into the football side. And ultimately, we sort of talk about the virtuous circle of footballing success and commercial success, and those two sort of feeding each other. 15 years later, we're still working on it. But it's been, we've had some great successes over the years, and hopefully many more ahead.
Richard, what's it like for you? Because obviously you've had experience.
Thoughts?
Well, the guy mentions energy of the fans, yet doesn't show any connection whatsoever to the club. So when he was on that parade, right, what kind of energy was he showing towards the fans that the fans could actually get behind him on? He wasn't showing any energy, was he? He wasn't showing anything to anyone. He was stood there like a deer in the headlights, let's be honest. That's what he was. He doesn't show any connection whatsoever to the fans, yet he's always talking about the energy of the fans. Well, give us something to cheer for then. If you want to talk about our energy, Liverpool are one of the loudest fan bases around, and we start singing when there's something to sing about. Right now, we're seeing things in front of us, and none of us want to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone." None of us want to sing "The Fields of Anfield Road" and all the other lovely songs we sing. We don't want to sing them because the prat that's in charge doesn't give us any hope. They mentioned Diogo Jota. That really speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a tragedy, massive tragedy.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, they keep on using it. They're using it as an excuse in certain way of them not doing too well on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? I always think at the end of the day, they whenever they talk about it, it's used as an excuse. Virgil does it. Robertson does it.
Diogo Jota's spot in the changing room. Did he say that?
What was that?
Did he say that they still have his spot in the changing room? Did I hear that right?
Probably did.
I mean, what are you doing? Why are you still keeping his shirt and his spot in the changing room? How is that going to motivate anybody? It's a tragedy. The guy's passed away. You've got rid of the number 20 shirt. Take it out of the locker room now and put it in the museum or something. Yeah. Why have you got it in there? It's a constant reminder to the team. Oh, this player should be here, sat in this very seat right here, but he's not. Well, why have you got it there then? Get it out of here. We don't need the number 20 shirt in there now. Just put it in the museum or something. Don't leave it in. Don't leave it in the locker room. As soon as you said that, I'm like, well, that's not much of a motivator, is it?
Oh, really?
It's going to dampen your spirits as you walk in, isn't it?
They're using it for an excuse. That's what I think.
They need to take it out of there, man. There's no reason for that shirt to be in there now. Put it in the museum. That's where it should be. They briefly mentioned trophies. They showed the Carling Cup, FA Cups, and then they showed what the Carling Cup turned into the Carabao Cup. They showed the Champions League. Then they showed the Premier League, the one where we won it in COVID, and then they showed another Premier League, the one he won. And they made such a big deal out of the one he won, whereas the one Jurgen Klopp won, he had to work against the best City team we'd ever seen. At the time, it was the best City team we'd ever seen. They got 100 points, then 98 points, and then we got 99 to win the league.
Exactly.
It's unheard of. 100 points, 98 points, 99 points. No other team has won the league at those high points other than Liverpool.
Exactly. They haven't. They haven't.
That's a fact.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. Exactly right.
And when he says trying to win sustainably and responsibly, what in the world is he talking about?
Well,
Trying to win sustainably and responsibly. What do you mean sustainably and responsibly? You're running a football club. There's no responsibility to win things at all. That just means you're penny pinching.
there you go.
That's what it means. Sustainable. Make the squad's not sustainable because you've not produced the squad that we needed. You've not sorted out our defence, and for the second time we've won the league, you've left us without a bloody defence again. If Kanate gets injured, we've got Endo back there, or Mr. Weedspitz himself with Gomez back there. They'll just fall apart again. Unbelievable. And the final thing he mentions there is obviously upgrading Anfield. Now, I've seen the up-to-date pictures. It looks absolutely nothing like Anfield anymore. It looks nothing like the Anfield I remember. They've upgraded it that much. It's just a circle now. It's a big red stadium now. I don't even recognise it when I've got past it now. I'm like, what the hell is that? Because it doesn't look anything like the Anfield I remember.
Yeah.
Now, there's only one reason they'd upgrade the stadium that much, and that's to make some more
Of course.
money.
It's all about money with them, isn't it? It's all about money with them. Okay, it's some more. Oh, shame.
Other clubs as well, particularly Bournemouth, would you have kind of the differences between working there and perhaps working with FSG then?
I always thought when we were in the Premier League at Bournemouth and you were at Premier League meetings or you came to away games, that Liverpool had something special about it. Just from an organisation, obviously from a club perspective, the fans, everyone's known that for decades. But just from how they did things, they were often the smartest people in the room. In meetings, you could genuinely tell that they would try to do things in a shrewd way, much to how ownership would have wanted to run their organisations. But I guess the magnitude of the club, that how big it is, how much it means to so many people, is something that will probably never surprise you, even if you experience it. So Arne and I had heard about what a parade would look like when finally people were able to talk to you about things that you weren't superstitious about, and the league title was secured. Then, of course, planning the parade. People had said it, and we're quite calm people. We're quite impressed by a lot, I think it's fair to say. And but everyone said, wait till you see this. This is, you haven't seen anything like it. And it's fair to say that I'm still in awe of what I saw that day when we were going around in that parade and just looking at other people experiencing this for the first time in some cases. I don't think we ever were, but if ever you're in any doubt how big a club this is, that was gone forever after you see those scenes.
In the short term, how's your relationship developed, Arne?
We have spoken almost on a daily basis, I think, since we started. So you get to know each other even better. What I really like about...
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Now, let's read out some comments before first, yeah? Slot and Gaffer gonna have a field day at Valentine's.
That's a cracking comment.
And the woman is Bolly Blue. Hold on. Copfather just gonna hide under the bed, watch the match.
On the phone like that.
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Parker, they're gonna share double-sided. Oh, you bastard! You bastard! Oh, stop it.
God.
Maybe I'm wrong, but even the team under Klopp is more likable than this under Slot. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, man. I do actually. I do actually feel the same. I know where he's coming from there.
I do. I think the thing is about like I was talking to my mum today, and like obviously Jurgen Klopp at the end of the day sort of like he does that Hotel Giraga advert. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, like this guy is so charismatic. He's so charismatic. He got brilliant personality. He's just got his personality is infectious. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I think his personality came out in the players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You understand? You know what I mean? So yeah,
100%.
I do think the team, Klopp's team, is more likable than this one because Klopp LNA is a special kind of person. Like, yeah, that guy, what's his name? What's his name? You know, the two German lads, and they're from Ghana descendant, and one plays for Ghana, and one plays for the German national team. I can't believe, but what the fuck is his name? I can't remember. It'll come to me anyway. It'll come to me. And basically, day right when he came to Dortmund, because Klopp brought him into Dortmund, and when he came to Dortmund, he literally sort of like this said like, "What are you bringing this player in for? He's rubbish and this and that." And he said, "Nah, man, this player is good. This player is really good. You'll see, he's really good. He's got good skills, very technical. Give him all the spill and everything that." From the guy heard that, he said, "From that day on, I would have run for a brick wall for him. Do you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And that's what you call man management. That's what you call man management. Don't you?
It's a problem, isn't it? It's a massive problem when you don't have any faith in the guy at the top, and you're supposed to have faith in him, but when you've got a manager you don't have any faith in, you're not willing to do anything for him.
Yeah. How are you guys? Big up Luke Hankerson. Big up Luke. We're hanging in there, mate. We're hanging in there. Ravi's in the building. Big up, lad. What more can I say? Like Jay-Z, lots of love. These three people are criminals. All I can say is we clowns to the left, jokers to the right, stuck in the middle with you.
We got a clown to the left of us, we got a joker to the right, and we're stuck in the middle. That's the fans.
Yeah, exactly. Stuck in the middle. High Random is right. These non-football mans have killed football for a long time.
He's got a point. He's got a huge point.
Trying to sell Curtis Jones to Inter on loan and Inter on loan and Elliott not returning, and they want fans to be invested. Yeah, exactly.
That's just bollocks.
That's spot on comment, you know.
That's a spot on comment.
Spot on comment for Ravi, that is. Is it sustainability? We dropped 450 in the summer.
But what you're forgetting about that 450 is 237 million of that was for player sales. So we only actually spent, was it 130 million, something like that?
Copfather, it just looks totally opposite.
Basically, they're doing opposite of what they're saying is what he means.
Oh yeah, scamming wins, playing like rookies is not what we are built on. Crooks them.
He was doing the same last season. If you remember, we had a 10-minute spell from the 80th minute onwards where we'd come back from 1-0 to win 2-1. But people blinded at the time. I weren't. I was calling out at the time. I'm like, this is not good enough at all. You can't keep coming back from 1-0 down. And that nearly went against us in the Southampton game, if you remember. We went 2-0 down and we came back and won it 3-2. It could have ended differently if Salah wasn't on a madness back then. People are so quick to forget though. If you look at the games, when we scored, it's like in the 80th minute.
Ravi says this Pierce Brosnan looking just a bent businessman. Nothing exciting to say or show about him. Yeah, facts.
It just sounds dry.
Yeah. Bet loads of marriage be in trouble. Brighton game. Fuck you.
I'm telling you now, right? Valentine's Day was created
That's it. That's the guy's name. Sorry, it's not Gossi. Kevin Prince Broten. He's got a brother as well. Kevin Prince Broten. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Thanks, Ravi. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, man. When it comes to Valentine's Day, honest to God, that's meant for just couples and single women. It's not meant for men. No chance. Nothing about Valentine's Day has ever interested me and never will.
Players ran through a wall for Josie as a manager. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yeah, you're right. Josie did not play the best football, but players still gave it their all for him. Yeah,
That's
right.
because of his aura and what he'd won before he got there. And as soon as he got to Chelsea and started winning all the time, they were willing to go along with what he was doing.
Okay. This one here, by the way, against Newcastle on Saturday is the first time this season the players have fed off the energy from the crowd. You're right.
Yes, because just like I was saying to Rod yesterday, when the players were on the pitch, it looks like they were just changing into their normal positions to me, because I kept seeing players sort of move around, and I could literally see that 1 minute the player was in his wrong position, next minute he's back in his normal position before he goes back to his wrong position again. They weren't listening to the tactics of the manager, and I think they're probably just going to do that going forward.
Yeah. Emmy, big up Emmy. Hit the like button and subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I think we dropped points against City and fans will be in an uproar again. This PR BS is a terrible look.
It is.
Actually, you know what we need to do? Pre-fruit Parkers first, actually, please.
Hey?
Just pre-fruit it. Don't say it out loud. Just pre-fruit it, because you know how you stay, you know.
Oh, you want me to just read them?
No, the proofread Parkers one. Don't read it out loud. I just wanted to proofread it just to see if there's anything.
Okay. Let me see. He does mention something about an umbrella. I'll read it out. I'll read it out.
Can I read it? Is it safe to read?
It's not as bad as Ravi's, so you should be all right.
Okay. A joke is a joke. A joke is a joke, but you don't open an umbrella in a man's. Was it?
That's
your man's ass in a pause. This PR is bullshit. After no signings, they buy a summer jacket, but we needed a winter jacket. Yeah.
Brilliant. Good play on words there.
Yeah. Do you think coaches like Fergie or Mourinho would do a roundtable? Doubt it.
Doubt it.
Very much doubt it. Emmy, very much doubt it.
I'd love to see it though. Wenger, Fergie, and Jose. That'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't it? Cop and Roz, let's be honest. This comes from Abby. Without Ekatike, Bosley, and a couple of others, give or take, we will be in 15th like Spurs.
It's true. Yeah. It's true, man. He is.
Let's read the last one for a minute. If I was not for their girlfriends, wives, or women in their lives, guys would be not care about Valentine's. Yeah.
People got to remind me it's coming up, and I'm like, oh God, not again.
Right. So let's get back to the video.
Working for a sports director that whenever I need him, he's there for me, but you don't constantly feel that all the decisions you're making, he's judging them. Maybe he does, but then he finds a really good way of hiding that.
You fucking bootlicker. Fucking bootlicker. He's got his tongue so far up fucking you just use arse is unbelievable.
Because you want to have the backup if needed, or advice or whatever is needed, but you don't want two eyes on top of you constantly in every decision you make. And I think that balance, Richard finds that balance really good for me to work in ideal circumstances.
Do you feel the same, Richard? Do you
Yeah.
feel, and is that an active thing that you do, that not sort of two eyes?
Fundamentally, there's the understanding for both parties and everyone at Wide that everything that involves match day, team selection, tactics, that's always the manager or head coach. Call them what you want. That's their domain. And I think it's very important not to spill into that, unless, of course, we talk about football and, of course, we talk about performances. But I always let Arne lead that. So I don't feel that naturally within a conversation, I will come up with an opinion, not just react to Arne's. But I think always waiting for the right time to share these things is critical. And fundamentally, you have to have an opinion. There was an opinion that got Arne into.
Yeah, but the fact is that you're not a coach. You're a sporting director. Your job is to get these players in, identify players, and get the players in.
Did you catch?
The
Did you
position
see
that he's
Slot's
in,
face
and
when he said he picks
so
the
you
team?
can't.
Huh?
Did you see the look on Slot's face when he said he actually picks the team?
Domain. And I think it's very important not to spill into that, unless, of course, we talk about football and, of course, we talk about performances. But I always let Arne lead that. So I don't feel that naturally within a conversation, I will come up with an opinion, not just react to Arne's. But I think always waiting for the right time to share these things is critical. And fundamentally, you have to have an opinion. There was an opinion that got Arne into the position that he's in, and so you can't shy away from that. But once you got the right
A
person, you
second
believe
ago,
in
he was
that
grinning like a
person.
Cheshire cat. Now all of a sudden, he's mentioning team lineups, and his face has just dropped. Like he's not picking the team at all. Like he doesn't know anything about the squad. That's what that says to me.
The judgment is not something that's happening, definitely not on a daily basis. You're working together to achieve something together. And did it help that we came in at the same time? Possibly, probably. I think it's more important, though, that we had synergy right from the first moment. So understanding who he is as a football manager, how he wants to work, trying your best, and it's not always possible to put them in the best possible position to have all the tools they require. And that's what I feel that my job is then. It's not just a supportive role where you're just absorbing communication. You're then, okay, what can we do about it? How does it fit into the club ethos and more at Wide? And then try to just genuinely put this man in as good a position as possible to do what he's done since he started being a head coach.
There's much more to come from this team than we've showed in the first half of the season. Although once in a while or during spells of games, we did show the face that we can show, we should show even more and more and more. I've worked with sports directors that are very keen on the ones they've signed. And I think that is something that stands out with Richard, and what makes him special, that he's not only focused on the ones he signed, he's just there for Liverpool to win and not for his signings to do well. And that is something you don't always see with sports directors. I think it's safe to say that he has a low ego, and I'm not sure if you would say the same about me, by the way.
Well, would you? I've got to ask the question now. Has he got a low ego?
I think that's obvious to everyone. Yeah, I think there's great humility about Arne, and great communicator as well. And I think again, I talked about the media and the press has come into a country which is constantly having to do interviews, a lot more interviews than perhaps training sessions at times. It feels.
True.
So that communication that Arne's had, that humility, I think you can't kid it when you're coming across that many times. Absolutely low ego, really high work ethic and drive and motivation, which very much fits into the club ethos, isn't it?
Most time where I think about football is how can I find a way to bring more energy in you or bring more energy in the team. The constant thought of what am I going to say tomorrow to get them going again. And sometimes I need to be hard on them, sometimes I have to give them compliments. That is what I think where my thoughts are 99% of the time.
Where there's time, there's hope for this Liverpool side.
It's all about what you have in your head. How can I bring that information to the players that they truly understand what I want from them?
Szoboszlai sends it in, Van Dijk! They just find a way! Ekitike drifting through, Florian Wirtz! There's his Liverpool moment! Florian Wirtz has liftoff in a Liverpool shirt.
Arnie, you mentioned something earlier.
Thoughts, my friend?
Well, where do we begin? They tried to mention something about Liverpool's atmosphere, right? Okay. What are you doing to create an atmosphere in the stadium, though? Because what Jurgen had to always do was do this with the crowd. He used to throw his hands up in the air. He used to fist pump. He used to get involved with the fans. He had a connection with the fans. You've just ignored us. You've literally just ignored us for this whole time. It was only the other day you started hugging the players. Mate, that's not good enough at all. You're a football manager, not a businessman. If you want to be a businessman, go sit in an office. But if you're a Liverpool manager, mate, you've got to have a certain respect for the fans, and you don't have that. You don't have any connection to us. I don't feel any connection to this manager whatsoever. I really don't. This guy couldn't motivate anyone to do anything. Literally. He's saying that, well, I obviously mentioned the Slot's face when he said he picks the squad, and then Hugh says he actually gives his opinion on picking the squad, which is absolutely disgusting. You're not supposed to be giving us any opinions whatsoever. You get the players that we need, and that's your job. You do not come along and say, oh, it's a good idea if you play Salah here. Oh, how about you play Szoboszlai here? Oh, I know. Why don't you play that player? No, mate, that's not your job. You're not the manager. He was then saying it's more to come from the squad. Yeah, we had another manager. There'd be more to come to the squad. You've had your time. You blew it.
Yeah.
You had the team that could have gone on and won it again. All you had to do was add the players in, but you couldn't. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to do things your way. Well, actions have consequences, and your consequence is going to be losing your job. To me, he literally just looks like a yes man.
Yeah.
Literally. Everything I'm getting from there, he's just a yes man. He's just sat there as a puppet.
Right, see up some of the comments, yeah? All right, read that one out for us.
Guys, this video was done right after Arsenal or Burnley game. Was it? That's interesting. These are guys who just buy a Valentine's Day gift so their lady does not get mad. Best way. Good advice there, best way. Osab, Lingen, 911. Good advice there. That's exactly what I do. Jacket is okay, but where's the experience for now for the less experienced to help build up this team? Did you hear, Rods, actually, that Ekatike and Kanate are one of the biggest reasons why Jacket is coming to us?
All right, okay.
IndyCar reported that. That's interesting, isn't it? That Kanate was part of that. Ekatike, I understand, but the fact that Kanate is involved, it kind of tells me that there might be something in him having a new contract. He just wants 200k a week. I mean, for goodness sake, the guy's been here and he's done 2 seasons without an injury. He's not the same Kanate he used to be, clearly. So just give him the 200k and keep him. Who are you going to go for? If you go for Van der Ven, he'll probably want 200k.
Yeah.
You're saying that Van der Ven's a better defender than Kanate? Is that what we're saying now, is it?
You can't never say that.
Because last time I checked, Kanate's won trophies for the team he plays for.
Exactly.
Newcastle game was more about individual brilliance than tactics. Thank you. That's exactly what I've been saying. Jacket is like a Naby Keita signing. Oh, please don't say that. No, not another Naby Keita. Personality, I feel a documentary would be next. Personally, I feel a documentary would be next. 60 million on a North Face jacket. Thank you, Ravi. He does not rate him at all, does he? Doesn't like him. Trying to make Slot and Hughes personable, which to me isn't working. Yeah, it's not working. It's not. We can't relate to them. I hope Jacket does not get injured or turns to a flop like Naby Keita. He's gunning for him, isn't he? He is gunning for Jacket. Come on, put your jacket on, you'll be all right. Right, see Richard Hughes is beating around the bush, which tells me he ain't fully convinced. He's not convinced. No one's convinced by this guy. He's a follower in a leadership position. We don't want that. Funny, you guys were talking about Klopp earlier. Slot has been acting similar to Klopp since our last UCL game before the knockout stage. You know what? He has got a point there, actually, come to think of it. The way he was playing leading up to that UEFA Champions League game, and the way he played after that Champions League game was completely different. We actually went downhill. We actually did go downhill after that Champions League game, because then we went into that Carabao Cup final and we just looked jaded. We didn't look like ourselves at all, did we?
No.
He's got a point there. Now showing players love. It's a little too late. He's fighting for his job. All of a sudden, he's forced to use fringe players. Players are suddenly playing more than they did earlier. Yeah, because they've stopped listening to Slot and basically just doing what they want on the pitch, from what I'm gathering. I mean, you guys might disagree, but that's what I'm picking up on the pitch, is that they're just ignoring his tactics, which they should have done in the first place, because his tactics is terrible. Says to me he doesn't pick the team. Hughes gets the players, you coach them. Slot, look, we rushed Isak back, probably told. Don't rush Isak back. Let Isak relax. Let him get stronger on his own. Do not rush that guy back.
I'm getting that vibes as well. I'm getting that vibes that Richard Hughes is picking the team.
I'm getting that vibe as well. So don't like it. I don't want the sporting director picking the team. Thanks, Ant. Thanks, Ant, for correcting that one. So it's a video inside of a video. Insane PR. Yeah, it is. Slot is two-faced. He's doing stuff he should have done earlier in the season late. It is like he is coaching in reverse this season. Yeah, because he's realised that he's gonna lose his job if he doesn't. Liverpool are trying to become the Cowboys of the NFL. I hope not. Look at these men smiling at a draw to Sunderland. Oh, good Lord. Could have been a loss if it wasn't for Chiesa. The sooner Slot is gone, the better for us and for him. LFC does not fit Slot. He fits Spurs more. We'll send him to Spurs then. I'll give Spurs our worst enemy. You are the coach instructing the players. It's not their fault if they don't feel inspired, motivated to play your tactics. The wins lately was on the players. You told the players to play exactly. Rabbi can see exactly what I can see. It's the fact that the players have stopped listening to him now. We would not be surprised if Slot ends up at Spurs. They wanted Slot before us. He was their original first choice. Well, you can have him then. Bye bye. I mean, I hope Jax will be. He was signed the same way as Naby Keita. Don't keep saying that, man. We don't want to put that in the atmosphere. I still believe he's gone in the summer. It could possibly be Rods. Now, if this is right, and this is before or after the Arsenal game, things have gone downhill from there, and there has been a bit of a shit show back in the background as well since the Arsenal game. So it's possible, right, that Alonso has been signed after the Arsenal game. So I don't think he is here for the long run, because that's what's been reported. But time will tell. A proper backing would be a contract extension. That's true as well. Yeah. Remember, we had to wait until summer for Naby Keita to play for us, even though we signed him in January, just like Jax. Yeah. Don't
man, I remember that.
Don't put that in the atmosphere. We don't want that. No cop fire. We're saying up above probably told Slot get Isak into the team despite not being fit before injury. And then Jack's team got slapped 3-0 yesterday. Okay.
Well, that's it.
About difficult times and making good speeches almost to your players. What do you say to them? I'm just interested because I heard there, what do you say tomorrow? So it's always in your mind. Yeah. What do you do? What's the process for ensuring that the players are ready to go again and again? How do you do that?
Listen to people around you, like Richard. What is his opinion about how did he experience the game? Listen to your staff members. Listen to your players. When they come in, looking in their eyes, experiencing how they feel. And we've had quite a few of setbacks this season. Moments where we thought we were getting a push. So 2-0 up against Leeds United, then 2-2, making the 3-2, and you're feeling, now is the moment for us to get, and then conceding the 3-3. And in these moments, you need to try to come up with things again to inspire them to keep going. And I think that's even more difficult, how weird this may sound, after you won the league, because the only thing you want again is winning the league, and you're not happy with competing for the second, third, or fourth position. But still, there's a lot to play for, and that is, of course, what is very important, we can still win. But I believe in the fact that we have to win a game either by quality or by intensity. Now, the difficult thing for us is that this season, but maybe even the second part of last season, winning a game on the base of intensity gets harder and harder, for the simple reason that the other team tries to do everything to have as less intensity in the game as possible. And I can also completely understand why teams, their players, don't want an intense game. We have to find a way, and we're working on it really hard, to get more intensity into games. And that is sometimes difficult because you cannot always control it. But for us to keep this league interesting, I think that's important. I can completely understand that the other team uses these tactics against teams like us. But the question is that the right thing for the Premier League to be the brand they want to be? But maybe I talk in my own interest a little bit now.
Yeah, I mean, some managers are quite intense, dare I say it. I don't feel you are. You don't come across as being very intense. I feel you're very calm and collected. Is that how you relay your messages across? Are you calm, or do you use a lot of emotion as well?
I think in general I'm quite calm, but
Okay.
I can be someone else as well. But I think you have to be yourself.
Have you used it? Can you give us an example?
Southampton at home last season at halftime was definitely a moment where I wasn't happy with our performance. But that happened maybe a few times more. But I don't believe in the fact if you're constantly standing in front of them screaming, then in my opinion, that doesn't work. But it's not to say that if you are calm, your team cannot play intense. And I think this team last season and even this team are showing that they can play really intense with a manager being calm at the sideline.
Yeah.
But if the game could be more intense with me running up and down, I do have to work out a little bit, then I have to be honest about that. But then I would take that straight away. But I think it's not about how much you do. Although I've already been suspended twice. I think.
And you're on a yellow card as well.
And one yellow card away from another suspension. So
it was one of the many things that we liked. We loved Varney when we watched him at Feyenoord, and one of the things we watched was sort of dugout behaviour, if you like.
Yeah.
His Feyenoord team played with such intensity on the front foot, and Arne cut this very sort of calm figure, but you can see when he celebrates a goal, there's huge emotion there, and sometimes you can get the perfect concoction when you have a really emotional, passionate club, a team that wants to play front foot, aggressive, intense, but you have someone who's orchestrating that, being as calm as he is to make tweaks, like you did countless of times last season. The amount of times at half-time the game wasn't going perfectly, and then a tactical switch or two, and then the second half flowed like we wanted it to do. So I think that gave a perfect recipe that we had last season, all this emotion, this real desire to do well and to win, but you had to have the cool mind on the pitch side to make these decisions, and I thought you made countless of them.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever had?
I don't know if it's really an advice or no, but as a manager, you can win the league, you can win the Champions League, you can win an FA Cup or a League Cup, but the biggest thing you can win is that you can play the nicest football to watch. Although at this moment of time, fans might argue this a little bit, but it is so absolutely something that I am aiming for. I always want to have the ball. I want it to be intense. I want the fans to like what they see, and that is something I dislike the most. I would almost say even more than our results, even more than the league table, that not all of our fans or every single moment of the game see us as a joy to watch. And the hardest thing is I even understand, because I agree with them. Trophies is one thing, but being a team or a club or a manager that stands for something, that stands for good football, is, I think, in the long term even worth more.
Liverpool are struggling to find their form consistently. They have work to do. Liverpool Football Club has a special aura in this competition. When they need something, they've had a knack over decades of finding it. Now, can he find the finisher? Shifted it. It's a goal that's so richly deserved. This feels a big result.
It's fair to say that you have had the challenges this season. You know, you're being very honest with us. But how do you sort of block out all the noise to achieve wins like that we saw there against Real Madrid?
What I mean with that,
Thoughts, my friend?
I can't believe you used the words, if you're calm, then the team will play intense. Since when has that ever been a real thing? Rod, I want you to be intense, right? You're a boxer. I want you to be intense, but I'm going to talk to you really calmly. Now, I want you to go out there and I want you to really get stuck in. I want you to really give them a right hook. That's me being calm, and apparently that's going to motivate you to be intense. In what world has that ever worked? If you want intense, then you have to bring intensity into the dressing room. The guy's trying to say he could be calm and then his team's going to play intense. Well, they're not, because they're going to play on how you're acting. They're going to pick up on your energy because you're the fucking leader. It's the dumbest thing he's ever said. But that is probably the dumbest thing he's ever said. He's literally said that with a smile on his face as well, Rod. When you left, he literally said, "If I am calm, then the team will be intense." No, they won't. Because the team is going to pick up on your energy. If a calm person comes into the room, everyone else has got a calm vibe about them, nice and calm atmosphere. But if an intense person comes into the room, everyone else's defences come straight up. That's the intensity they should be playing under. So the guy's a complete clown, doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. And then he also mentioned that he wants to play possession football, which just doesn't suit Liverpool. Liverpool have never been a team that does well when we got the ball, because all we do is pass to the back, to the left, to the right, down that side, and try and score a goal. Liverpool have always done better when they counter-attack. Say our opponents get a corner, right? We defend that corner and we go up and score. How many times do we see Mane and Salah do that? That's how Liverpool played. We were the counter-attacking team. The way it's got us playing at the moment is to try and keep hold of the ball. But what's the point? Liverpool have never been the team who does possession-based football. That's City. And that's probably it's precious PSG who does that, but that's not us. We don't play like that. We've not got the players to play like that. The likes of Van Dijk is not going to keep the ball. He's just going to hoof it up there. Like he always does. He's just going to whack it 20, just going to whack it 40 yards. That's what he does.
Yeah.
But that's not possession. Possession-based is basically all the players wanted to play on the floor. That's not Liverpool's style. Liverpool's style was never playing on the floor. Never has been. So I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
I don't think he does either.
No. But that one, calm to play intense, that one's just, what a dumb thing to say. Honest to God.
want to know what media thinks or what some pundits think, because they can influence the players.
Yeah.
And then it's important to tell them the real story, because maybe I underestimate pundits, but I don't expect them to watch as many times the game back as I do. The first time you watch it, it's full of emotions. And when it's full of emotions, the score always tells you a lot about what the opinion of the game is. So if we have a very well-controlled performance with a lot of ball possession and we score 2 goals, then it's a very well controlled performance. If we do the same in a 0-0, it's a boring performance. Then I have to tell the players and show the players that there's not so much difference between them, as there is not so much difference between last season and this season. At least that's my opinion. You cannot block the noise, but you do want to give them the right information, what is actually happening compared to what people say is happening. I think we've shown this season already so many times that we're a very good team. I think we had a really good summer, and it has shown this season against Arsenal. We've shown that we can compete against them, even in large parts be better than them. But when you're 14 points behind them, there must be a reason for it. And I think for me...
Since when do we compete against Arsenal?
We're not competing against Arsenal. I don't want to compete against Arsenal.
Yeah, but since when do we do that? Since when do we do that?
We don't. We're not a team that competes with anyone. We're a team that beats people. What's this whole competing thing? Oh, yeah, we compete with them. Want to be a boxing match? No, we're not. I want to destroy Arsenal. I'm not interested in competing with them.
These reasons are also obvious, but I can see the team getting better and better and better. At least we agree, and I think everybody in the club agrees that, of course, there are certain things we can improve. And if we're able to do that, which will certainly happen because players are more adjusted to each other, to the Premier League, when all of them are fit, the future looks really bright for us. I'm not talking about 10 years in time. I'm talking about the near future of this club, because That's what we have shown against Madrid, which I just saw, against a lot of other teams. When all of them are fit, when all of them are adjusted, and then we are a force to reckon with.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
Liverpool has always been.
So just talk us through the difference between sort of the relationship with a new player, perhaps, than with an established player, and how that relationship works.
So as Arne said, I think you have to make sure that you don't focus just on the new players. I think that it's a team sport, and just because new people are coming in doesn't mean you can suddenly just like leave the players who've been here for a number of years, or even Federico Chiesa, who's been here only for 1 year. You constantly have to try and help people off the pitch in their adaptation. It's normal to expect that young people coming from another country would take time to adjust to the new surroundings, a different type of football than they may have been used to.
Sorry, I thought I'd stop that quick, yeah? He's talking about Federico Chiesa. Number one, he doesn't. Arne Slot doesn't like playing him. Yeah, no. That's number one. Number two, right? Do you see Arnie's face when Chiesa scored the other day?
Yeah, man. He had a look.
He was screwing. It was like his face was like the opposition scored. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
He's literally just said about adjusting. He's literally just said about Chiesa adjusting. What do you mean adjusting?
Demands, different teams, so much that is not necessarily alien to them, but definitely different. You want to be able to, again, be there to support them, but not suffocate them with it, because let them find their feet. All these players are here for a very good reason. They're top players. By the way, everyone played a part in them getting to the club, and we were all very happy with what we did in the summer. It's not just me, whether they're good, bad, and different in terms of signings. There's no propriety felt in my position. It's a collective effort that helps these boys sort of translate the form to which they were brought to the club and be the best version of themselves. And as long as the players are the right ones in the first place, and we're absolutely convinced every time we bring someone in that they are, then the performances on the pitch will quickly follow.
Do you feel that as well on it?
Only because the established one you've worked with longer, so you know him better, so you know better which button to press maybe. But for the rest, there's no difference between an established player where you won the league with or one that you haven't worked with before. I think my lineups also have shown that players that have won the league were not always guaranteed for a starting place. As the same goes for a player you sign, no matter for how much money you sign him, he should perform to play. But in both situations, you do have the patience. But he spoke a bit about sustainability was the word I think you used when it comes to FSG. I think that's also what you can see in our signings. So the signings we make, we don't make them for 2 months or 3 months. We bring young players in where we think and feel they can impact it straight away, but we are 100% sure that they will impact Liverpool a lot, maybe after a period of adaptation.
In terms of the players you sign, how important is their personality?
It's key to me that the manager speaks to players at the right time in the process, because ultimately that's the synergy required. So I try to put the right people in front of the manager in order that I think will be compatible, not only in the football pitch, but also off it. So yeah, the same level of detail that went into the appointment of Arne goes into every single footballer. What is difficult or impossible to evaluate fully is how is that young person going to do at this club in this moment with these completely new surroundings and new teammates. So there's an element of trusting your judgment and seeing how it pans out, but definitely the detail that goes into it to start with is huge.
You know, it's to Arne's point around, and Richard, you know, this is a long-term strategic decisions in terms of, you know, the folks that we recruit. Forget about just on the team. That's, you know, coaching staff, backroom staff, our team on the commercial side. You know, we're trying to find the best people possible in their particular position to come and join the club and take it forward in a really meaningful way. And so this has been a challenging last several months, but I think there's an element of patience which is required, difficult in the world we live in.
Yeah, good to hear actually, because patience doesn't seem to exist sometimes at football clubs.
But you asked, it's not only quality, and that's also what Richard I think said, but if I think about Liverpool, their most successful period in the last 5 to 10 years, then I think about Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane and Mo Salah, because they've scored goal after goal after goal. But if I
thoughts,
mate, Sadio Mane, Firmino, and Salah, 2 of those players were before your time, mate. You don't even mention them in the same breath. I don't even know why you're mentioning that. Why are you mentioning Mane and Firmino? They weren't even your players. Joke. Right. He basically admitted he's not playing the spine of the team that won last season. He said that Liverpool's Premier League winning team don't just automatically have the right to play again. I'm sure the fans would disagree with that wholeheartedly, because we know that spine of the team was the reason we actually won the Premier League last season, was because the team knew each other. What you've done there is you started to taking the spine apart. So you started playing McAllister and Gravenberch, but you gave them Wirtz. Wirtz had only just come in at the time, so he didn't know the league. So what was you doing there? You split up the perfectly good free midfield in order to try and get Wirtz into the squad straight away, when it would have just been easier for you to keep bringing him off the bench and integrate him slowly, like Klopp did with Fabinho, like Klopp did with the other players you brought in as well. You don't just throw Wirtz straight into the squad just because he's a big signing. It doesn't work like that. Because he's never played in England. He's never played for an English club before. He's never played in the Premier League against all these teams. So that was a stupid thing to do for us straight away. And it looks like the commercials seem to be doing the recruiting. That's interesting, isn't it? So why are the commercial business team looking at trying to get us signings? Isn't that supposed to be Hughes' job?
But Hughes is too busy running a team. I still feel that Hughes is making the decisions in regards to the team.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But I didn't like that.
The way they're sorry to cut across you, the way they're talking is like Arne Slott's the head coach, and like Hughes is his number 2.
Yeah.
Or and they like Hughes is the head coach, and Slott's the number 2. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Hughes is the head coach, and Slott's the number 2. That's the way he's talking.
That's the manager. That's his assistant. But why is the commercial looking at bringing signings in? What's that about? The commercial, the guys doing the business side of Liverpool should not be looking at scouting signings. That's not his job. What the hell is he doing? Why is he looking at trying to bring players in to give them to Hughes? That's not your job, mate. Hughes needs to get his ass out there and start scouting them, because that's his flaming job as a sporting director, not the commercial. What the hell's that about?
Right, this is the last couple of minutes of
in the building, and I'm talking about that period of time, I hear 2 other names constantly, and that's James Milner and Jordan Henderson. That's also things you're looking at, that you have the right mentality, people that know what the culture is. So maybe to the outside world, it's mainly about those 3 attackers who scored goal after goal after goal. But we are, and Richard as well, we are aware of the fact that it's not only the ones that make the difference maybe in individual quality, but to get a successful team, you need other qualities as well.
My final question, and you can all join in on this one, but I'm going to start with you, Billy. What's the club's plan, for the next 5 to 10 years, and kind of like what's the process between both commercial and executive teams when kind of planning for the future?
We talked about it a little bit earlier, the sort of journey that we've been on since 2010 over the last 15 years. And it sounds maybe trite or simplistic to say to continue that journey. I mean, this is. We fundamentally always felt that, the term sleeping giant was used when FSG was looking at Liverpool in terms of this incredible potential that the club had, and it had obviously fallen on some difficult times. Our job and our focus has been on trying to return it to, as we believe, its rightful place. That job is frankly never done. That's something that we're constantly working on. Improvements that we've made from an infrastructure standpoint, the continued investment in the squad, and at the end of the day, as we heard from John in the clip, this is about winning trophies and about making our supporters happy and proud of the team, and we're going to continue to do that.
I think I said the same after we won the league. I like the perspective of winning the league twice in 5 years, a bit more than twice in 30 years. I think we are all trying to aim for that.
Did he just say that?
Unfortunately, we're not the only team that's in a really good place.
Did he really just say
The
that?
Premier League has become stronger and stronger and stronger.
Cheeky cunt.
How dare you? Seriously?
Next 5 to 10 years, and kind of like what's the process between both commercial and executive teams when kind of planning for the future?
We talked about it a little bit earlier, the sort of journey that we've been on since 2010 over the last 15 years. And it sounds maybe trite or simplistic to say to continue that journey. I mean, this is, we fundamentally always felt that the term sleeping giant was used when FSG was looking at Liverpool in terms of this incredible potential that the club had, and it had obviously fallen on some difficult times. Our job and our focus has been on trying to return it to, as we believe, its rightful place. That job is frankly never done. That's something that we're constantly working on. Improvements that we've made from an infrastructure standpoint, the continued investment in the squad, and at the end of the day, as we heard from John in the clip, this is about winning trophies and about making our supporters happy and proud of the team, and we're going to continue to do that.
I think I said the same after we won the league. I like the perspective of winning the league twice in 5 years, a bit more than twice in 30 years. I think we are all trying to aim for that, and I think we're in a very good place. Unfortunately, we're not the only team that's in a really good place. I think the Premier League has become stronger and stronger and stronger. But that makes it also more interesting and even nicer if you then in the end can win it.
In Billy's job, he can look sort of 5-10 years ahead like he's done before and projected, along with ownership, what ultimately we're reaping the benefits of. I think for Aaron and I, it's a lot more sort of short term, and it's rare that you get Aaron sort of looking too far ahead. And my role is somewhere in between there, right? And I think that it was obvious when we first came in that the best thing to do was evaluate what was a very talented squad, but then, how are they going to transition into a sort of a new regime? Clearly very well was the answer last year, but then within a squad game, there are so many players whose game time perhaps is not where they want it to be, so then they have to look at other opportunities for them. So we knew that the first summer together, as soon as we'd come in, wasn't going to be a particularly active one. And alongside sort of ownership with their long-term vision, they like to do things with all the metrics and the data in our favour. And the best way to do that is to prepare 1 year ahead, so one summer window to the next. So we deliberately did not a lot in our first season when we come in, but knew that we could identify throughout the course of last year players that would come in and help the squad. The ages of the players we recruited, as the guys have said, is very deliberate to make sure that we're not only competitive now, but competitive for the mid-term future. And that's realistically if all you can control, and you know that under this ownership that it's going to, the long-term future is also going to be bright. But the main thing for Aaron and I is to make sure that on the pitch, short-term, mid-term, that people have a lot to look forward to, and I think that's very much the case here.
I'm sure it is. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to talk to you all. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky. Thank you.
All I can say, that was a massive PR stunt.
I can't believe he said that.
Massive PR. No, the whole thing was a massive PR stunt. It was just, it was just at the end of the day, it was literally at the end of the day, right? Worked out between, because that woman there, she's from Sky.
Yep.
Sky News. Sky Sports News. She works on there. You know what I mean? So she's been drafted.
Edited. It's been edited, you can tell.
So she's been drafted in, excuse me. She's been drafted in at the end of the day to ask the right questions, because no doubt on the day they screened the questions before.
Yeah.
And said, we're going to answer this, answer that. And they've literally prepared themselves to answer the questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And to me, at the end of the day, that was a massive PR stunt. But it also tells me, that everybody that thinks, including myself, that Arne Slot is going in the summer, no, he's here for the long term. He's going to be here for at least another season, at least.
I don't think so.
I mean, right? Because this is because the thing is about it, right? When I look at that, I look at like how Brendan Rodgers came in and how Brendan Rodgers was treated, because Brendan Rodgers was their pet project. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one of their pet projects. Richard Hughes is another one of their pet projects. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel that these guys, man like Arne Slot and that, right? They're here for the long run. They ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you something. I'd be surprised at the end of the day if in summer they appoint someone else. I'd be surprised. And like I'll be surprised as well. I wouldn't be surprised, right? If like they do keep one season and we end up finishing that season mid-table.
Yeah.
Mid-table and think no, everybody is gonna just take over us.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea's gonna take over us, Man United's gonna take over us, Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and all those people gonna take over us, and we're just gonna be stuck in one place. Do you know what I mean? Stuck in one place, not winning anything, out of all competitions, and it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be peak. If we still got Ireland stock next season, it's gonna be peak.
Yeah. Dark
Yeah,
times again.
get ready to watch like boring football. Get ready to sort of watch us get defeated more times than what we win. Do you know what I mean? It's just like the direction that they're going in. What they're doing is not sustainable. It's only sustainable in the day if you don't want to achieve anything. It's sustainable in that way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Title every 5 years and then sell the team that won it.
Yeah, because that's what he's literally talking about. He's talking about getting success every 5 years.
No.
So it's not, that's what he's talking about. So what he's talking about is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. The only way it's sustainable in the day is if you want to just win trophies like every 5 or 6 years.
No, we
And you
don't.
don't want to win anything in between time. And as well, right? If you drop out the Champions League, what you do in that summer, you spend a load of money so you can get back in the Champions League the following season.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke, man. It's a joke, and this is why a lot of people are saying that at the end of the season, this probably is their last season for a while, because nobody can see it getting better at Liverpool. Nobody can see it getting better at Liverpool. That sort of like that round table business there shows me things are getting worse other than better.
Yeah.
It just shows me that. Do you know what I mean? You got people like Arnie Stott and everything that, right? Literally, you know what I thought was going to happen? I thought that sort of like Stott was going to get down one knee and propose to Richard Hughes.
Yeah, I thought that.
When they was talking to each other. Right? Do you know what I mean? Come on now, seriously. You know what I mean? It's just what we've got to look forward to.
No.
A lot of people at the end of the season, if we don't come out with nothing at the end of the season and Arnie Stott still keeps his job, a lot of people at the end of the day are going to start evaluating what they're doing in respect to sport in Liverpool. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. It's only like 10-year fans at the end of the day are probably still doing it, but a lot of these patrons of the game, patrons of Liverpool, going to think, boy, I don't really
I've seen all this before. I don't want to see it
I've seen
again.
it before, and I'm not going through another season. I'm not going through the season. So I'll just go and watch boxing or like UFC or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And then when they get their act together, then I come back. Yeah. I've done it too many times.
I'm not going through this whole we've got to wait so many years because we've not got the right people in charge. I had enough of that. I had my whole childhood and upwards. It's only when I turned 30 that I finally seen a league title.
Yeah, man.
That's when I've seen my first league title at 30. Ridiculous amount of time. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's what happened. That's what happens to us, unfortunately.
Shall I tell you who's got the best young team? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal's got the best young team.
They do.
So like, respect for Fuzzy for this. He's dreading the fact that Arsenal win the league because they got the team and to go and win again and again and again. Yeah, and the thing is that they're not standing where they are standing, right? They're still getting in sort of like players younger players in their squad. What were you doing?
Well, yeah.
What
well,
we do, other than sort of like concentrating on our squad, where the fact that today we've got 3 defenders out. We've got 3 defenders out, and no move has been made. And they to sort of like, this is why I'm talking. This is why I'm saying that they listen to them. They're just bullshitting us, because like if you meant what you actually meant, yeah, like if you meant that, right? Why is it? And then day we've got 3 defenders out, yeah, and you haven't even visited the market to bring somebody in. Why is what? No, seriously, why is that?
I don't know. I really don't.
You know what I mean? So really and truly, what you're saying and it's rubbish. It's actually rubbish. You cannot be sort of like on this long-term project, on this project, and that project, and we still got 3 defenders out. Yeah, you cannot be on this long project in a day, right? Yeah, and sustainability and all that spill and everything like that, right? Where this is the second time we've had 3 defenders out.
Yeah.
And you have not moved, you have not lifted a finger to rectify that problem.
No, and that's what's getting on my nerves. Every time we win a league title, we don't have a defence. What the hell is that?
Yeah. It's, you know what I mean? It's, to me at the end of the day, it makes no sense. And so please don't bullshit a bullshitter. Please don't piss in my pocket and tell me it's raining. Don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Do not piss in my pocket and tell me it's raining. Please don't. You know what I mean? You know exactly what you're doing. You're lining your pockets every year. You're lining your pockets, and what it is at the day, right? Is like, yeah, I've got no doubt that Richard, you might have known of like on this lot before he comes to Liverpool and stuff. You know what I mean? But number one, I don't think it was that tight. And number two, at the day, well, we know who to blame now, don't we, for Arne Slot being here? You know what I mean? Like, Edwards has wormed his way back in the club, yeah, and he's making bucks. He's just telling people below him at the day, right? Listen, do this and do that, yeah, and you can make some money, man. You understand? Hey, got time for it. I ain't got time to be bullshitting all the time. Don't bullshit me. Do not bullshit me. You know exactly what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? The chat and that as well. Obviously, the transfer window's gone and everything that, and you coming out with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Remember this is what bloody John W. Henry done when he spoke to sort of like the fans he spoke to the fans. Yeah, not like face to face, but like obviously in an interview he spoke to the fans there because the fans were screwing that we never brought anybody.
Yeah.
And he said pretty much at the day, right? If it wasn't for us at the day, pretty much said, if it wasn't for us, yeah, you lot would have been nowhere. We came in and we helped you. We dragged you from this and we dragged you from that. Not knowing that day, if you weren't going to buy Liverpool, there are about 10 or 15 others that would have bought Liverpool that had the money and probably been better owners than what you guys are.
Yeah. I don't owe you shit.
Let's read some of these comments, yeah? Read that one up first, big bro.
Marseille victory would have been discussed. You can tell they had done this several weeks and waiting to drop this after transfer window closed. Yeah. To me, they are protecting themselves, meaning Hughes and Edwards. He does well, might get an extension. We slip and lose top 4 spot and no cup. He's gone. He should be gone either way.
I think he stays no matter what. The way they're talking, I think he stays no matter what.
When did Liverpool become dramatic? Yeah, I thought that. He's not fit for Liverpool and never will be. Exactly. That's the main point. This will fracture the fan base more, I bet you. It will, because you have the likes of the older fans, the 40, the 30-year fans, and the 20 and the 10-year fans that'll eat this all up because they're saying, oh, that means good things are coming. But the 30-year fans are like, no, it's not. And the 40-year fans are like, no, it's not. So you've got a big disconnect between the age groups there, unfortunately, and that's just going to get worse and worse as it goes on. Because the 10-year fans are used to Jurgen Klopp, so they're used to seeing success. And because they saw Klopp not do very well at the beginning, straight away, they're going to say, well, we gave Jurgen Klopp time, so why can't we give Arne Slot time? That's exactly what it'll be. Slot waffles, for God's sake, we got 6... Put that back up, Rod. Slot waffles, for God's sake, we got 6 UCLs and 20 league titles. We don't compete with Arsenal. They have 0 UCLs. They are not in our stratosphere. We are bastion of invincibility, Bill Shankly. Yes! Great quote. A bastion of invincibility.
Big up Parker.
Big up Parker for that. Even Uncle Rod's in King, thank you. Hope you're well, fellas.
Yeah, big up Anfield Raw.
Anfield Raw in the building, guys. I told you he's not picking the team up above on that now. Yeah, we've just heard it. Basically, he said, I give my opinion. Mate, you shouldn't be giving your opinion on anything. You're a sporting director. Heskey says, I was saying in Jamie's stream, they probably kept him so they could drop this roundtable interview without looking like snakes. Well, if they sack him after this, look like snakes anyway, so off. Anfield Raw says it should have been a fucking sack table. Hogan sacking those 2 mongs to his right. You took us from champs to fucking Conference League placings. He's got a point. That's exactly
Mongs, you know.
I know that for a while.
I know, innit? Go sides.
That's back in the playground. Wow. I know. I agree. As soon as you mentioned that comment about winning 2 league titles in 30 years, that's when that comment came up. Wow, he did the exact same thing I did. It's like, you have no fucking idea what myself and Andico had to go through, because we're both pretty much the same age group. We had to watch 30 years of complete dross. We didn't get to see anything real. And to be honest with you, we still haven't. We still haven't seen any dominance from Liverpool. We haven't. Let's be honest. We might have won every trophy under Jurgen Klopp, but he didn't dominate, did he? That wasn't his fault, but again, he didn't dominate. Anfield says that Sky Sports Newsbird gave a blinding handy shandy. That's a direct quote from Brad Hogan.
Handy shandy.
Big up Anfield Raw.
Man got tossed off.
Yep, probably. The sports scientist opened Slot's head up the other day in training, and they found Roy Hodgson and Ten Hag at the controls, and Ruben Amorim in charge of the excuse part of the brain. That's a classic.
Read that one again, man. That was all right, actually.
The sports scientist opened Slot's head up the other day in training, and they found Roy Hodgson and Ten Hag at the controls, and Ruben Amorim in charge of the excuses part of the brain. Classic. Big up, my mate. Big up. That's a brilliant comment. Well done, my mate.
It's good. That is good. I like that one.
That's brilliant. That's comment of the night so far, that one. Anfield Raw, to be fair, Richard Hughes is a great convincer. He got us the best player available. Verts, Isaac, Eke, X. Fair enough. We'll give him his due for them players. Fair enough. Ravi says, oh my God, again, to what we were watching. They said Slot is a yes man. That's what FSG wants. And he's got a point. That's what I said. He's a yes man. Parker, if I gave a monkey 400 million, he could convince Elise, Superman, DK in a summer window. Fair enough.
It's true, though, isn't it?
This is true, yeah.
It's true.
This is a whole act. LFC Theatre, this is. They never asked Slot why our football is slow and lethargic, and we're open. Slot has the audacity to say we play fast, high-intensity, control football. He lies. There's no such thing as fast, high-intensity, controlled football. You can't be intense and in control. That's impossible. What the hell is he waffling about?
No.
You can't run at speed and be in control. It's impossible. What the hell is he talking about? Oh, my God.
Well, guys, I hope you like that video. I should find some more bits tomorrow to react to when I show tomorrow night. Do you know what I mean? But we're fucked.
We're screwed. We're screwed, guys. Honest.
We are fucked. That's what it is. We are fucked.
I'm hoping.
You know what?
Because of all the internal struggles we've had with Slot and the management, because this was done before that, I'm hoping that what he did there is sealed his fate and he's gone in the summer. I hope.
Yeah.
For our sake. We've been told by IndyCar that they've reached an agreement with Alonso. That's what they're saying. They're saying they've got a pre-contract with him. That's what they're saying. That's what IndyCar has been reporting. But again, I don't know. I've just read that one. Off your pop slot. I've had enough of him. Would love Luis Enrique to take over, but probably not going to happen, is it? No, because we're not linked to him. And that Sky Journal was well pre-briefed questions. I know.
Yeah, it was a PR stunt, mate. It was a PR stunt.
It's massively edited as well. If you watch, it's massively edited because at one point he's talking and then it cuts out, and then it cuts out for just a split second, and he's talking about something completely different. It's massively edited. I don't like edited programming. You do it live. You do it properly. You do it live. If things go wrong, things go wrong. That's why it's live. We don't edit. We don't edit nothing over there. This is live.
I know, mate. Okay, then listen. I'll find some. I should be back on here tomorrow night, 11:30. I should be back with obviously some other subjects. But in the meantime, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification button and be notified when I go live. Okay. In the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, love and respect. Speak to you guys soon.
We are.
Big up.
What out.